everyone. Welcome to the 6th episode of the Farside Podcast. I'm your host, Landon, and I'm back because if you tuned into the 5th edition of the Farside Podcast, you would know I was away, and Connor was filling in for me for that podcast. So today, in this podcast, because it's Valentine's Day, we're going to be talking about some Valentine's Day stuff. I decided, considering the fact that this podcast will take place on Valentine's Day, why not do a Valentine's Day themed podcast? So, let's jump right into that right now. The first thing I want to talk about is Valentine's Day cards. So, for those of you who don't know what Valentine's Day cards are, or for those of you who do, I'm going to tell you what they are anyways. I guess this is from my knowledge, is you give them out to people or whatever, I guess they can be your friend, they can be your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, fiance, whatever. And so they also hand them out, I think, in elementary school when you're younger, you'll like give them out to your classmates or whatever. You'll get like cartoon characters on them and you'll just hand them out. But not the point, because today we're going to be looking at some really inappropriate, stupid Valentine's Day cards that I was able to find on the internet by just searching up dirty Valentine's Day cards. You won't believe the results you get. I'm going to read off 3 Valentine's Day cards that, I don't know who would give these to anyone, but I definitely don't think any 3rd graders are giving them to their crushes or anything. At least I hope not. But let's jump right into these Valentine's Day cards. So the first one here says, and this is just the saying on the front of it, says, "Are you a trampoline? Because I want to bounce on you." I don't know what to think about that. Anyways, next one we've got, "Did you get those pants 50% off? Because they're 100% off at my place." Okay, that one's kind of clever. I have to say that one's a bit clever. But no, inappropriate, kind of dumb too, but clever. What else do we got here? Okay, we got one more. I'm only going to read off one more because there's a whole list, but some of them are more inappropriate than others, and I don't really want to waste a lot of time on this. So here's the last one. "There are 8 planets in the universe, but only 7 after I destroy Uranus." That is probably too much. I don't know if I even should have read that one off. Okay, so those are some dirty Valentine's Day cards. I'm not going to go into any more depth on that because that's just enough. Let's see, what else do we got here? Okay, so we got a story. A Valentine's Day story about, it doesn't really say. So this story, by the looks of it, it doesn't take place from anyone's perspective. It's more of just a story that's meant to be read out. I'm not sure who wrote it, if it actually happened to them, if it happened to one of their friends, whatever. I don't know. Think just read off the story. It involves 2 characters, one named Violet and one named Kevin. So I think they're a couple. So yeah, they are. They're dating. They're a dating couple, Kevin and Violet. Let's see what we got here. So Violet spent the whole day at work having to hear what all her friends were doing for Valentine's Day, what all their boyfriends and girlfriends had in store for them. She listened to this all day, meanwhile, in the back of her head thinking, what will Kevin be doing for me? Kevin was one to surprise. He never really was that romantic, but he could do some nice gestures. I think they're trying to develop a character. So we got Kevin here. He's like this guy who, he's kind of romantic. He maybe tries to be romantic, but he's not. So when work ended and Violet went home, she was surprised to see there was a message on her phone from Kevin telling her to come over to his apartment at 7 tonight. It was Valentine's Day after all, and Violet was actually surprised, thinking maybe for once he'll prove to me that he can be romantic. Maybe he'll propose, she thought. After all, they had been dating for 3 years already. Well, I guess that's a long time. I don't really know, I guess, depending on the couple. So now Violet's like excited. She's like, he could be proposing to me. I don't know what he's going to do. He's probably got something really romantic in store. So 6:30 came, and she headed downtown to his apartment. She pulled up, quickly dashed up the stairs, skipping the elevator. Okay, really? This is kind of stupid. Whoever wrote this needs to maybe pass 4th grade English before they continue. Okay, this is dumb story, guys, but we're going to continue. She flew open the dash of the door. What does that even mean now? Okay, this story is getting a bit silly. Anyway, so I'm just going to tell you from my point, because clearly whoever wrote this doesn't really know how to write. So Violet apparently walks into the Kevin's apartment, and finds Kevin sitting at his dining room table with a bunch of penises. Sorry, that's candy. That does not say what I just thought it said. That is something. With a bunch of candy on the table. So we've got, what do we got here? We got one bag full of cinnamon hearts and candy hearts. So for those of you who don't know what cinnamon hearts or candy hearts are, they're like the classical Valentine's Day candy. Okay, so let's see, what do we got here? She sat down at the table and said, "So Kevin, what are we doing tonight?" And he said, "My darling, I've got a bunch of candy hearts for you," and passed her the bag of candy and cinnamon hearts. And she said, "Okay, is this it?" And he said, "Yeah, that's what we're going to do. You're going to eat all those tonight, and that'll be it." She's like, "So we're not going out to a movie, nothing?" And he's like, "Nope, that's it. In fact, I'm going to go have a shower. You can just sit here and eat those cinnamon hearts." That's what he tells her, I guess. But Violet, extremely disappointed by what she saw, stood up, took the bag of candy hearts and cinnamon hearts, and shoved them in Kevin's face, saying, "Keep your hearts, because you are never getting mine." And she stormed out of the apartment room and apparently headbutted the door on her way out, as it's written here. I don't know what's going on anymore. That's the story, though. So that's kind of harsh, I guess. Poor Kevin's now left with a bunch of candy hearts. But then again, I guess you could feel bad for Violet, too. I don't know. It's whoever you really sympathize for in that story. I don't care. That's a dumb story. I don't even know who wrote that. Do they have a name here? Oh, they do have a name here. The name is Bad Writer. No, actually, his name's Brock Sock. Are you kidding me? That cannot be the guy's name. Okay, well, Brock Sock, you suck. Let me tell you that. Anyway, so now the last thing we're going to talk about, I guess, because I'm done with that story, is, okay, so there is an NTD Valentine's Day. I decided to bring them into this because we always got to talk about NTD. We want to conspirize, and I know Connor touched on this when he was filling in for me there in the last podcast, why NTD Films doesn't have any girl characters. Like, I know they have Miss Walker, but she's been in, what, 2 episodes for like 10 seconds? Like, she's not really anything besides a very, 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 very minor character. So besides Miss Walker, they really don't have like another girl character in general. And here's some theories why. So I think these are the two things that actually one of these is actually true, guys. Like, I think both these are actually 100% true. But I don't think these are the real reasons why NTD doesn't have any girls in their series, but they're both true. This is what the characters apparently, I don't know. It's funny. So anyways, one of the reasons people believe NTD Films doesn't have any girls in their series is because Reggie, also known as Chase, has all the girls in his class hate him, apparently. And I was aware of that, and I didn't even think about that. But when someone said that one time, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe that could be why. I mean, because they get these, like, actors all, like, girls just don't like Reggie, apparently. I don't know what he does to them. Probably gives them those Valentine's Day cards that I was just reading off to you. But they definitely just, apparently they don't like him. So, Sarah, Alexa, Andrea, Debbie, Abby, if those are any of the girls' names in his class, they hate him. Samara, Summer, Violet, for all we know. I don't know. I'm just trying to list off a bunch of names right now, guys. Maybe I nailed one of them. I don't know. But that's one of the reasons why here, is because Reggie, apparently, all the girls in his class hate him. I mean, okay, that sucks to be him, I guess. Good luck finding a girlfriend. And, what else do we got here? Okay, here's the other reason why people believe NTD Films doesn't have any girls in their class. In their class. What am I saying? In their series. Okay. The reason they don't is because, this could be, it's all just conspiracy, but it could be because Jaden, Noah, NTD creator Noah Davidson, don't know why they listed Jaden, is because he gets apparently awkward around girls. He can't act. He can't do his, like, high-class acting skills around girls. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sure that's just disappointing, when you don't get to see that 5-star acting. Okay, well, no. But on a serious note, apparently that's what happens. Apparently, Jaden can't act as well when he's around hot girls or any girls apparently. Well, that's a disappointment. So it does not look like NTD Films will be adding any girls in their series anytime soon. As NTD creator, because he was asked about this by a series, actually conducted an interview with him after that podcast, and he asked him just simply, when are you going to add a girl in your series? Because I don't know why I asked when, but he asked that. And NTD creator Noah Didson says, never. We don't like girls. They're stupid. That's what he said. Whoa, okay. I hope he didn't say that. I hope that's just not true, but that's apparently what NTD creator Noah Didson said. I really hope that's not what he said, but I mean, I'm not sure who would make that up. Anyways, I think that's it for this podcast. So we've covered now a stupid Valentine's Day story wrote by Brock Sock. We looked at some dumb Valentine's Day cards with sayings like, did you get those pants 50% off? Because they're 100% off at my place. And we also got to conspirize on why NTD Films has no girls in their series. Apparently, Reggie and girls just don't work together, and Jaden and girls also don't work together. Okay, so that's it for this podcast, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know when there's going to be another podcast. I really can't tell you. All I know is we're hoping to get one out this upcoming weekend. Have a great Valentine's Day. If you're single, I don't know what to say. If you're dating someone, date them. Date them. And anything else for this podcast? Nope, that's the podcast, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Until then, I was your host, Landon Miker, and that's it for today. Let me sing a little nice Valentine's romantic tune on your way out. Valentine.